Hi there, the team at Children's Autism Foundation are coming to you with this YouTube video to tell you the 10 things that you can start to do to prepare your child as they go back to school after COVID-19. So, number 1, over to you, Arletta.
Number 1, teachers and parents should definitely reconnect. How will the transitioning look like for your child? You have come up with so much information in these last weeks in lockdown from your child, what worked, what didn't work, and you might have found out actually quite a few new things that you thought like, gosh, that worked really well for my child, and it would be beneficial for the teacher to know that as well. And maybe you guys can come up with some new strategies that makes life for your child in school a little bit easier. And we have to be very mindful that lots of children with autism actually did really, really well in this lockdown and enjoyed it. So we have to learn a little bit from that. Up to number 2.
Action.
Now for number 2, get your child to reconnect with their teacher. Maybe they could spend some time on Zoom, playing some games together, reading a book. Start to re-establish the connection that they had before we went on lockdown.
It's really natural that your child might be feeling scared, angry, quite frightened about going back to school. So a really important thing is to acknowledge that feeling with him. I know that you're feeling scared. I know that you're feeling angry about having to go back to school, but also reinforcing that school is something that's going to need to happen.
Tip number 4, make a calendar with your child. Make sure that you have a visual system that makes clear what the important dates are around the whole lockdown and when we move into level 2. Make sure that they know when is the information going to be given. We know that next Monday there is going to be information on if we are going to go to level 2, and then probably the day after there will be information from the school to say what does that mean for our school. Important dates for your child, so make that visual so they have a clue what is going to happen. Up to number 5.
Now, we've all got pretty out of routine during lockdown, so something that's really important to think about too is reintroducing those routines into your day-to-day life. It might be that your child needs to go to bed at a particular time at night to be ready in the morning, or there's a certain time in the morning they need to be up by so that they're ready for school. Perhaps you lay their clothes out for them, or they use a visual schedule to help them through the morning. All of those things, it's really important in the next week or so to think about reintroducing.
Make a social story for your child. Tell them what's going to happen, what school will look like now that they're going back. Make sure you include what's going to be the same and what might be different. Ralph, can you take number 7 to Arletta?
Thank you, Noura. Tip number 7. Make sure that you make this a slow transition for your child. You as a parent know best what will work for your family, what will work for your child. For some children that might mean that it is not a good idea to get into school for full-time hours immediately. Maybe you want to build up a little bit slower. Basically a little bit the same as you would do at the beginning of a new year. Because there's been so much time at home, you actually might want to look at it that way. Tip number 8.
So despite following all of these tips, it may be that your child's still really reluctant to go back to school. So maybe think about some rewards or motivators. You know your child best. It might be that food is a really big motivator, so you can talk about having their favourite biscuit or something else ready when they get home at the end of the first school day. Or they might be more motivated by screen time or television time. Whatever you know is a real motivator for your child, think about shaping with them that that's going to be at the end of their first day back at school.
Number 9, get your child to reconnect with their peers and classmates. You can do this via Zoom. Get them to play games with each other, have a chat, maybe have a phone call. And back to Arletta for the last one.
Thank you, Megan. So as a final number 10 tip, we think it's really, really important to realize for teachers, but also for parents, that not much has been achieved maybe in this lockdown, and don't have high expectations of how much academic work has been done. I think for most parents it has been a big job already to have children at home for 6 weeks, let alone to do all the schoolwork. So yeah, be mindful about that and make it a fun transition, and just let's be happy that everyone is going back to normal and being back in school and seeing each other again. We wish you all the best from Children's Autism Foundation. Thanks for watching this. Bye bye.